This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end. No safety or surprise, the end. I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand in a desperate land.
Hello, welcome to another exciting edition of Dealing in Your Desert. I'm, of course, your humble host, Superdan. No, it's not truly the end. That was The Doors' The End, a little play on the beginning of Apocalypse Now movie, for those who have seen it. I think if you're up like maybe a certain age, you've probably seen it. Maybe if you're young, you've seen it too. It's a great movie. I recommend it, but not for kids. Anyway, speaking of not for kids, we're going to review the last review. And in that sense, it's the end. It's the end of this long-lasting cigar tasting challenge that seems to have gone on forever. But I did enjoy being a part of it. I'm really glad I signed up for it. And these are the last of the Cigars, 13 and 14. These are it. I can't tell at a first glance which cigars these were in the past. This one has a sweeter, stronger odor. Very Maduro-esque odor. This one's a little bit lighter, but it is definitely not the Connecticut shade that we couldn't even finish on the last review, which Superdan's very happy about. There's two cigars that didn't make it that I'm very happy they didn't make it. One was the nicotine bomb that sent me spinning for a while, and the other one was that Connecticut hay sawdust cigar that I didn't like the first time and really didn't like it the second time, so that's gone too. So very happy about that. So very quickly, last time, what this cigar challenge was about: basically you got 8 cigars paired up in a bracket format. 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6, 7 versus 8. You have no idea what these cigars are and what the price of these cigars are. No idea. You just paid a one upfront fee to be in the contest. And you compared them and voted for the winner. There was about 200 votes, or 200 people who voted. I don't know if there was 200 votes. But speaking of which, today is November 6th, Election Day. Go out there and vote, no matter what your letters are next to your name, whether you're a D or an R or an L or an I or a G or a P or a Q or a S or an N, whatever. Just go out there and do it. A lot of people fought for that right. You also have the right not to vote too, of course. Anyways, back to the cigars. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you voted for those. And that became 4 winners. Okay, those 4 voted winners come back to you. And then those become 9 and 10, 11 and 12. You vote for those winners, and then they come back to you, and this is the final 2, and then there's voted for a winner. That's it. November 21st, we will find out. We will peel back the Oz curtain and find out who the Great Wizard of Oz is. In other words, we'll find out what these cigars are and everything else. So that'll be a big day, and I will, of course, put that on this video to close out the great Ash Holes United Cigar Tasting Challenge. And also brought to you by, of course, Superdan. All right, so without any further ado, let's cut these and light these and get our first initial thoughts. I'll be right back. All right, on the cold draw, I'm getting some, actually some fruity notes on the 14, which is nice. I'm getting a Maduro sweet wrapper, which is nice. This cigar might be right up my alley. 13's, I noticed, is a little dry. I'm not sure why. My humidor is set at 70%. But I think it'll be all right. A little bit more cedary in the cold draw. Definitely not pure Connecticut by any stretch of the imagination, but may not be as sweet. All right, so we're gonna light them up, and through the magic of YouTube, we will speed this up and get our first impressions of the initial smoke. Where is my lighter? Ah, Bugatti, I think $12 lighter or whatever. Still going strong. Look at all those drops and nicks and cracks, and it's still going. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. It's so bright out here and so windy that I couldn't get a good draw on it. I mean, I couldn't get a good light on it, but we're fine now. Actually, the draws have been just fine on both cigars. On number 14, I'm getting spicy notes on both cigars. Number 14 has a sweeter, more Maduro taste to it. I am getting some dried fruit on number 14, which I really like. Superdan likes that very much. This is going to be a tough one because 13 is really good too. It's I would say milder a bit. Here, let me clean out my palate with the Café de Superdan. It's actually a mix of Dunkin' Donut, French vanilla, and hazelnut bags, ground coffee, which we like to mix up, and it gives a really nice taste to it. Anyways, back to the cigar. All right, 13. That was a nice draw. Licorice. I'm getting some black licorice tones in that. Very good tobacco. Good draws on both. Good construction on both. This is going to be a tough one, people. I could just tell you right now, there is a reason why these are the final two cigars. There is a reason. It's going to be tough. This may come down to the end, guys. It may come down to the end. Superdan will be right back. Oh, by the way, we're in the, of course, the back of the Hotel de Superdan. Check it out. Check it out. Here we are. Beautiful day today. Beautiful day. Hula. And there's my cats fighting again. All right. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Did you miss me? Maybe I need a new script writer here. Anyways. All right, so we're going to do a big retrohale, which means through the nose of 14, and see if we pick up anything different, any nuances that we haven't picked up before. Here we go. Here we go, family. Here we go. Shout out to you, Mac. All right, here we go. Getting a licorice taste off 14, some leather, spice, which is not black, not white, not black spice, not white spice. I don't know, somewhere in the middle. I'm not getting a lot of strength. Weak medium, I would say. Let's try one more. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Leather, tobacco, some licorice. And on that one, I got a little bit of fruit on the end, a little bit of dried fruit. All right, number Lucky 13, Lucky 13. Here we go. Similar taste profiles, except I get the cedar taste on this one. It's got to be Connecticut wrapper, because I'm getting that cedar. I don't want to say sawdust, but a cedar layering of similar tastes of 14. I'm getting some licorice. I'm getting a little bit of fruit hints. Light tobacco. I think it's a little bit milder than 14. I would say strong, mild, very weak medium. The draws have been fantastic. Construction has been fantastic. In terms of feel, it's getting a little hot now, but it's firmly packed, but it's not a brick. Let's check out 14 here. And kind of the same for 14. Yeah, kind of the same. All right, we will continue smoking down the delicious brown poles of 13 and 14. I'll be right back. Now, since it's election day, people, I thought it would behoove us to talk a little bit about elections and voting and how Superdan fits into the whole democratic mess that we have of voting in this country. So much easier when you have a dictatorship, right? I mean, Saddam Hussein got, what, 100% of the vote when he was in office? Yeah. It's kind of funny. Not really. Anyways, Superdan used to be in that cynical camp. I guess I am a little bit still of a cynic. I still consider myself a pragmatist and sort of middle ground on the political spectrum. This is left, this is right. I think I'm somewhere around here, which means I don't make them happy, I don't make them happy, and that's the way it goes. You may be different. If you're way on the left, maybe everybody that way seem like right-wingers. If you're on the right, maybe everybody that way seem like left-wingers. That's the way it goes. We all hopefully vote, if we vote, for our self-interest and what issues we think are important to us and the community and the nation as a whole. Having said that, there were two quotes that stuck in my mind for a long time back when I was a cynic. One was that if voting could change things, it would be illegal. And the and the other one is there's not a dime's bit of difference between both parties. Now, there still may be elements of truth in that, but that's not the whole truth. It's not the whole truth. Because voting actually, now that I look back on it, does change things. Maybe not in the short term, but in the long term. We're not a democracy per se. We're a republic in a democracy. We have representatives that we vote for that supposed to represent us as the people in the government, and then if they don't represent us, then we have the right to vote them out of office, etc. That's at least a textbook idea of how it works, right? Point being is that voting is a hell of a better alternative than bullets. So go out there and vote and make your voice heard by the vote. Okay? This message is probably a little late, but that's fine. There's always the next election, right? But I would say this. Peel the onion Hello, people. I'm back. That was very interesting and a good lesson for Superdan and for you YouTube creators that are creating videos. Don't leave your phone out in direct sunlight. I just got an emergency message on my phone that it was way too hot and needed to shut down. Fortunately, the phone is fine. Put it in the freezer for about a couple minutes to cool down. My phone was hot to the touch, and it's only like 76 degrees outside, maybe, but it was in direct sunlight. So, but I want to finish my point. My point is, peel the onion to get to the truth. The truth is in the center of the onion. Okay, think about it that way. And on top of the onion, you got the first layer, the first wrap, which is maybe those ridiculously untrue and biased ads you see on TV and on the radio and in the paper. I'm talking about these 10, 20-second ads about, you know, my opponent's the devil, your opponent's the devil, blah, 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 you know, which is just whatever. That's just political fodder. It means nothing. You peel that layer and then you look at voting records. You look at what they've done in the past. You look at their backgrounds. With issues, you read the pamphlets. You read the yes pamphlet and no pamphlet. And it takes time. It takes work. It takes effort. You know, really. And I don't even get to the center of the onion. And I try to look as best as Superdan can to my self-interest and whatever your self-interest is. And you just, you know, you peel it back as far as you can go. And that's about all you can do, you know. And then you elect these people and you hope that they do what's best for your constituent and your community and your whatever area they represent. Local elections, I think, are far more, in Superdan's opinion, local elections are far more important, yet most people focus on the presidential elections. That's very interesting, very interesting. But at any rate, we're going to get off the election now, and we're going to go back to the cigars. Right now, I'm walking around 14. I will say 14's in a slight lead right now. I like the Maduro sweetness. I like the fruity flavor, more fruity flavor of 14. They're both about the same strength. They're both excellent cigars. Construction's excellent and everything. We're going to keep working on this, and I'll be back with some final thoughts on 13 and 14, and then we'll wrap it up real quick. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Superdan, dealing in the desert. Before we get into the final analysis and review of cigars 13 and 14, I took the wrapper off of 14 because it was loose and it kept sliding, so I just took it off. Doesn't really matter because there enough of a color difference that I could tell this is the lighter 13, the darker 14. I will say, look at the difference in where they're at with the smoke. 13 is smoking way faster than 14. I found the draw opened up even more on 13, maybe a little too much. Almost like sipping through a straw, but not quite. It really opened up on 13. Almost effortless draw on 13. 14, the draw is still the same. But it's giving me a very good smoke output, both of these. Very good smoke output, very good draw. This is not going to be an easy decision by any means, but I think I have a pretty good idea which one is going to slightly win by nose in the final cigar tasting challenge. I'm so glad my phone is okay. I don't know if you ever overheated your iPhones before, but all of a sudden there's a picture on it that says that temperature's too hot, it's got to shut down, and there's an emergency on the bottom. Kind of freaked out Superdan a little bit. You know, these phones now are like $1,000, which is just insane. I want to add, insane. Especially that these iPhones, I believe, are manufactured in foreign country, right? China or something. I mean, that's another topic for another time. We're not going to go into that, all right? Sorry I even brought it up. We'll be right back with the final thoughts on cigars 13 and 14. Yeah, exciting. All right, well, before my phone heats up to and incinerates again, we're going to end the review here. I want to thank you all for watching this whole cigar tasting challenge that was brought to you by United Cigar and Ashholes. I want to thank you guys very much for putting this together. It was a hoot and a holler to be involved. Gave me some great content for my YouTube channel, and I appreciate y'all. And if you do another one, please do it, and I'll be more than happy to be another participant again to the cigar tasting challenge. I put the other one down. It was close, but I'm gonna finish it off with a single cigar, and we're gonna say that the winner of the final bracketed challenge of cigars 13 and 14, the ultimate winner as far as Superdan is concerned, is 14 without the wrapper. 14. So 14 wins. Thank you all for watching. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Dealing in the Desert. You never know what you're going to get on this channel. Support the channel. Click the thumbs up. Comment below. You can support via this email address to PayPal. I'm no longer on Patreon. A couple bucks goes a long ways. Helps me pay for these cigars, pay for the channel, pay for the plastic models, everything that I do on Superdan's channel. Next time we cover the cigar tasting challenge, it'll be our last time, sometime after November 21st, when all the cigars are revealed. We'll do a final reveal, and then we'll call it. Okay, sounds good. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Go vote if you haven't voted already, and if you don't vote, I think you have that right as well. Cheers. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Be good to those who are around you. Fair winds and following seas. Remember, listen, even if what you didn't vote for wins, whoever that person is or proposition or whatever, just remember, America's truly great. It is an amazing experiment that we have here in the United States. It's amazing it's been lasting this long. Hopefully it lasts even longer. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, I don't want this to go too long, so I'll just cut it right here. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
This is the end. My only friend, the end of our elaborate plans, the end of everything that stands, the end. No safety or surprise, the end. I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So limitless and free, desperately in need of some